A lot of people tell me that they don't like Brussels sprouts. I think they've just never had them cooked properly. We have a whole great story in our November issue on Brussels sprouts, and one of the most surprising dishes in it is this Brussels sprout and shrimp stir fry. It's so delicious and they cook so fast. You're really gonna like it. Start off with 1 pound of Brussels sprouts. I find that it's easier to trim them and then cut them in half lengthwise and then cut them into thin shreds with a very, very sharp knife. You could use your food processor with the shredding attachment. The shreds won't be quite as long and elegant. And then of course you have to wash your food processor, which I am completely against. I'm so lazy. As with all stir fries, it's best to prep everything ahead of time, and then when you go to your stove, you really have nothing to do except throw it all in. So once that's done, you need a couple cloves of garlic, 3 scallions, and a very spicy chili. This is a Thai chili. If you can't get a Thai chili, I would recommend using maybe a Serrano chili. Beware, beware the evil tiny chili. Well, you know I like spice. Take the chili and really thinly slice it, and then 3 scallions. The white and light green part are going to get cooked with the Brussels sprouts and the greens for garnish, so save those for later. And then 2 cloves of garlic, very thinly sliced. I like to do it lengthwise. I just like the way that that looks. And now we're ready to cook. Take this stuff to the stove with you. All right, I have my wok preheating. You can do this with a skillet too. You're probably just going to want to cook in batches. To the hot wok, add a tablespoon of vegetable oil, or peanut oil if you're not allergic. That works great. Swirl it around, add your Brussels sprouts. See how hot? Did you hear that? That's a good sound. Stir it around. This should take about 5 minutes to cook. Don't forget salt and pepper. The huge. These are almost done. I'm gonna add my bean sprouts. I have 1 cup of mung bean sprouts. Let those cook for just about a minute. They really don't need to cook that much. You just want to soften them down. Now what you want to do is take these, put them onto a platter, and you're going to cook your shrimp with those aromatics that you prepared before. Slide those out. You could eat that just like that. That would be good. Add another tablespoon of oil. And your pan is still hot. See how it's sizzling? Add your aromatics. Don't stand directly over and let the wafting fumes go into your nose because you'll start coughing. Let them cook just a tiny bit, then add 1 pound of medium shrimp. See how quickly this is coming together now that everything is prepared? Make sure that you season every step of the way because they're all gonna get combined together at the end. Not too much, the shrimp's pretty salty. Keep it moving around just so that that garlic and stuff in there doesn't burn. When the shrimp are done, it's time to combine the dish and add your final flavorings. And we are getting very close to that. They need to be opaque throughout. You'll notice the shrimp just curl up upon themselves a little bit. That's a good sign that they're getting done. All right, just put those shrimp right on top of your Brussels sprouts. And all that's left is a little bit of seasoning. This is a really good dish. I highly recommend you try it. I know I say that all the time, but I really want you to experiment with this because I think that I don't know, I think you'll really like it. I'm sneaking a bite before I've even seasoned it. That's how much I love this dish. All right, the final touch for this dish is just a little bit of sesame oil. I like to add it at the end because the flavor dissipates and gets kind of weird if you cook in it. So this is a toasted sesame oil and you want 2 teaspoons drizzled on top. Also, once your sesame oil is open, make sure you keep it in the fridge so it doesn't go rancid. Then your scallions, sprinkle those over the top. And then just as a final touch, a little bit of lime. I like to cut it into wedges and just serve it right on the platter. People can squeeze it over the top themselves. I really love this dish and I think you're gonna enjoy it. And it's a totally new, different way to try Brussels sprouts, and I highly encourage you to give it a try and check out all of our other recipes in our November issue of Everyday Food for some other great ideas. But especially this one.